the Overman Warrior Podcast.
Hi, it's Rich Hoffman here. So big news, Lakota schools, northern suburb of Cincinnati where I live. There's another grooming story where teachers are out there having inappropriate sexual relationships with students. But before we get into that, let's talk about something here. So here is Ashley Whiteley, the superintendent of Lakota schools, kind of prepping the stage for another tax levy increase, where they're going to try again. Looks like fall of 2026. Let's listen to her here. We've got to talk about a lot of things. This is what you call damage control. So she just came out with this video, new strategic plan process to try and build consensus for support of the upcoming school levy. Let's listen to her.
Hi, I'm Ashley Whiteley, Superintendent of Lakota Local Schools, and I'm super excited because we are launching.
She's super excited. So what that means when you hire a superintendent like her, she's essentially a cheerleader for tax increases to support a teachers union that's out of control. Runaway costs and no responsibility for actions performed. So let's listen to her and then we'll get into the sex story. So essentially when you hire a person like her and you make her the superintendent, and I've known a lot of superintendents over the years, so probably one of the biggest media events we did was an I-Team report on the salary structure of superintendents in the state of Ohio, and where that relates to in comparison to governors of states, for instance. You essentially hire these people to be public relations firms to come in and cheerlead a district on, cover up a lot of bad stuff, and then say, hey, team, let's go get more tax money. So here's what she's doing. Let's listen.
Launching our strategic planning process.
Her she's super excited. Super excited about their strategic planning process. Corporate talk for, we're going to ask for more. We're going to bring a bunch of people in to tell us we need to get more tax revenue from the property owners. Here she goes.
Hi, I'm Ashley Whiteley, Superintendent of Lakota Local Schools, and I'm super excited because we are launching our strategic planning process. A strategic plan is a roadmap for our district.
A roadmap?
It is the foundation which is going to lay out our pillars, our goals, our objectives, our actions, and our outcomes for the next 3 to 5 years.
Corporate talk for higher taxes.
We recently gave a survey around strategic planning, and I want to thank the over 1,200 people who responded to that survey. Your input and feedback is so valuable as we continue this process. We are going to take that recent survey data and couple that with a myriad of data points that we have collected over the last 2 years.
A myriad? Not just one or two.
All of that data to inform our strategic planning process.
A strategic planning process.
And it is going to help us build the roadmap for our future.
Sounds like a human resource activist.
We have formed a strategic planning steering team consisting of approximately 50 people, and they will meet next week to start
50 people are going to tell us we need to raise taxes.
The team has created a draft. We will seek various stakeholder feedback and input so that we can refine and perfect
stakeholder feedback.
Roadmap. We hope to have a sneak peek of our new strategic plan for staff at convocation, and then finally board approval of that new roadmap by September. This is such an exciting time for Lakota Local Schools as we build our new strategic plan, our new roadmap for our school district. We are looking forward to building our future together with you, our community.
All right. So that's Lakota saying we're going to ask for more money in fall of 2026, and we're going to have 50 people with a strategic roadmap that's going to tell us why.
Ashley Whiteley, Superintendent.
All right. So let's listen to let's get to the sex case. Here we go. Channel 5.
Here on WLWT and back here at home, the parents of a Lakota high schooler are now suing the district, claiming that it didn't do enough to stop reported abuse on their child. They say that their child was groomed and sexually abused by a former teacher.
And the parents say the abuse happened over the course of 3 years on school property. WLWT News 5 anchor Christian.
Now, when this story started getting hot, the teacher was around 60 and went ahead and retired so they wouldn't be able to do an investigation. So he took himself off the map because he knew what he'd been doing. Essentially, he developed a sexual relationship with a 13-year-old girl. And by the time the story hit 3 years later, and I heard about it from various people within the school board, over a year ago. It's been floating around out there for a long time. We knew this was coming. The school knew this was coming, and they're out there denying it. Now it's a big story. The Channel 5 is not the only one that did one. It's been done by a lot of media outlets. Let's listen.
Jacobs has been digging through the documents. Chris, what have you learned?
And this is pointed at a couple of different directions here. The lawsuit names a former teacher, the superintendent, and Lakota principal. The parents say their child had, quote, known and pre-existing vulnerabilities. The lawsuit said...
This story came out like a day before Ashley Whiteley did that story on the school levy. So that's a way to get out in front of the story, do a little cheerleader comment, try and ignore this big news story that's out there, which she's named in, because she created an environment that allowed it to happen. Just keep listening.
Says the abuse happened on district property, district licensed devices, applications, and online accounts. Now, the parents claim the district did not monitor its own networks and ignored repeated signs of abuse. The parents also go on to say the teacher groomed the child for 3 years, then sexually abused her, and when the school found
from age
out,
13.
they didn't put him on leave, but allowed him to retire. The lawsuit alleges the district failed to report the teacher to the Ohio Department of Education after the abuse was reported in April of last year.
Because they didn't want the story to get out.
He was able to pick up the victim from a school activity and engage in inappropriate contact in his car. Now, the Lakota local school district sent us a statement denying the allegations, saying the safety of students is their first priority. They also say when they learned about the allegations from the Butler County Sheriff's Office, the individual was placed on leave and an internal investigation was opened, but the teacher submitted their retirement resignation before that investigation was finished.
Admission of guilt.
Lakota says because this is an active lawsuit, they are limited in what they can say, but they do look forward to addressing the inaccuracies.
Sure they do.
Chris Jacobs, WLWT, News 5.
Chris.
All right. So, some nice comments put on public record. This one by my good friend, Darby Bodie, used to be a school board member. They pushed her off so they could contain stories like this. They didn't like her mouth. She was a vocal parent. That's how they refer to her here. But she made some good comments. The teacher was Ron Henrik, 60. Started a relationship with a girl when she was in junior high at age 13. And it went on for a while. The HR director, Jeff Ruff, Rouff, defended Ron. And how many of these teachers are doing this right now? And it's funny how all this happens on school property. These teachers develop these psychological relationships with their students, age 13, still going on at age 16, and the HR director essentially said, well, there's nothing, he didn't do anything wrong because the age of consent is 16. That makes it legal. So what's the problem? There's no there. That's what the school is going to basically say. That's their position. This is what they want to go out and get more school levy money for, tax money. That's what they want to continue to create, is this monstrosity of teacher union bureaucracy that has a bunch of teachers that engage in pedophilia. And this isn't the only case. It's just one that got caught. This one's out there because the mom is very upset about it, and she filed a lawsuit, so that makes it a story. But I would be willing to bet you that this is going on all over the place. Dozens and dozens of cases, probably right this minute. There are kids that have unhealthy sexual relationships going on with their. We've had stories where these sexual relationships going on in the classroom. They shut the door, no one comes and checks on them. This has sexual content on school devices, so the proof is going to come out. It's stupid for the school system to deny it or come out and refute these allegations. And when it comes down to why they refute them, because it's public relations. They suppress bad stories so they can continue to ask for tax increases. And that's the game. And when this story got out all over Channel 5 and Channel 12 and Fox 19, the superintendent went right out and did a video to cheerlead the fall levy. Don't pay any attention to what's going on over there. Rah, rah, kids. We need to keep supporting these public schools where the teachers' unions allow pedophiles to operate in the classroom without any punishment. They run cover for them. And they know they can get away with it. That's why they do it so openly. And then when they do circle the wagons and they get caught and busted, you have HR directors like this dude, Jeff Ruff, at Lakota saying, hey, my man Ron didn't do anything wrong. Age of consent 16, and she consented. If they wanted to do some kind of crazy stuff in his car, which everybody knows about, there's two consenting adults. The age of consent is 16, but the relationship started when she was 13 and under his care. When a teacher's in a power position and you take advantage of students like that, it's a big problem, and it's happening not just here but everywhere. And the first thing they do is they go into the protection mode. And the first thing that this lady did, the superintendent, is turn right to the cameras. Ashley Whiteley turned to the cameras and said, hey, we're going to go get 50 people involved to tell us we need a school levy for fall 2026 elections. See, we brought people in and asked them questions. Aren't we nice? Aren't we great? Vote for us. Meanwhile, how many of these teachers are abusing their children in these schools? Might be your kid. And when you find out about it, what are you going to do about it? Well, this parent, this mom of this young person who was groomed by a superior in the classroom, her teacher, from an age of 13 to 16, which is the age she's at now. It's out now because the mom decided to take action. But how many parents don't even know that this is going on? How many teachers are doing this very thing right now? And the teachers union and superintendents like Ashley Whiteley know about it. I mean, I heard about it a year ago. I mean, they're the ones that are in charge. I mean, you think she did? If I knew about it, you don't think she knew about it? Heck yeah, she knew about it. And, when we say something about it, it's like, oh, you guys just hate the schools. You're just talking. You guys your moral standards are too high. Yeah, we don't want you having sex with kids in the classroom. And we don't want you using our taxpayer money to do it, to fund that garbage. Yeah, so we're a little ticked off about it when we see it. But when the story broke, the first thing Ashley Whiteley did was put out a video cheerleading on a fall levy. And she didn't come out and say that much of it. You just have to know these people to understand what they're doing. Since she said, we're going to have a corporate roadmap we're going to bring stakeholders in, and they're going to tell us pass a levy. And we didn't make that decision. This group of 50 that was part of this roadmap told us to. So vote for it. It's the oldest trick in the book. And when you hire people like Ashley Whiteley, you're essentially hiring cheerleaders for tax increases on property taxes to protect the teachers union from social judgment. And it's a bad, terrible thing. And she knew about it all along, and she didn't do anything about it. And when it did fall in her lap, she turned right around and attacked with an engagement strategy to get people to forget about what was going on with this sex story. But that's not going to go away. Sorry. It's going to continue to bounce around, and we're going to keep talking about it. And it's really the quality of the teachers that Lakota puts out there. People like this Ron Henrik. My buddy Darby put out a nice public statement on the comments that you can see on the video. They didn't want to say that she's a former school board member. They instead said she's a concerned parent. That's how the media reported her. There's a lot of tricks with these guys, and everybody's looking to shake responsibility. And I'm always missed that Darby's still around. If she's not on the school board, she can show up as a private person and say stuff about it, and she certainly did. And it's good that there are people like her out there that are willing to take a stand on stuff like this. Told you these school boards and the superintendents at these public schools are disasters. They cost too much money. It's a big socialist scheme, which I've talked about over and over again. These teachers' unions should not be connected to public dollars, with collective bargaining agreements and protecting teachers like this, who once they get caught just say, "Hey, I'm going to retire early." They're circle the wagons, and he's helped by the director of human resources at Lakota. Oh, it's age of consent. It's no big deal. You're allowed to do that. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of 16-year-olds going to Lakota right now. Is that the case for all of them that have relationships with their teachers? How many are there? Probably a lot. Ashley Whiteley. And again, all the people that are upset about this knew about this a long time ago. I'd go to events and they talk about the case with Ron Henrich. And he was allowed to continue to do this activity. And the Human Resource Department rallied behind him. What do you say? What do you have to say about that, Ashley Whiteley, in your corporate jargon? In most corporate cultures, old Ron would have been gone a long time ago. Toxic masculinity culture, wouldn't it be? Because he's a guy. And the HR director, a guy, protected him. What is it? Is it a bro thing to have sex with these underage kids that are students at Lakota? And this isn't the only case. How many cases are going on right this minute? I would dare say a lot. This is just one that had an angry mom that decided to do something about it. And it's too little too late now. Anyway, Rich Hoffman here. Share, subscribe, make tomorrow a better day. If you haven't read my book, The Gunfighter's Guide to Business, I think you'll love it. Anyway, have a good day. See you later.
In the age of disclosure, you must understand the politics of heaven. Coming soon.
Coming soon. The politics of heaven in 2027. A treasure hunt through heaven and all human history.